All right, ladies and gents, welcome back to the Classified Project. Okay,
Yes, the amazing classified project.
it's definitely been. I'm gonna say it's been a week since we've done one of these, so we're doing
Yeah,
pretty good.
it's been a long week. An
Um,
extended week.
yeah, I mean, if you want to count October 2020, and yeah, we're doing well. I could say
That's consistency.
that is consistent. All right.
All
Um,
right. So yeah, here we are.
this is like
Back
our
again.
third. This is like our third time trying it because both of our internets are fucking shit.
Yeah.
So,
But
so
it's okay. We're doing this for you.
yeah, very fucking happy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we have a good amount of stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
With
we do. We do.
we're just gonna start off with one thing. Spoiler alert: if you haven't
Yes.
watched WandaVision or any of the MCU stuff, please just go watch it and then come back here, because
Yeah.
you're gonna be
Spoil.
so spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be spoiled like Tom Holland with the last movie. So
Yes.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
There's your warning.
Yeah.
Fair warning.
It will be in the title too. So just
Everything that Marvel goes.
yeah.
DC stuff.
If you haven't seen Endgame yet, what the fuck if you are doing? Just watch it, please. But yeah, so we're gonna go to our first topic of the day, which is WandaVision. That's why we said
Yes.
spoiler, because a lot of shit happens. So
Mhm.
we're not gonna talk about a lot, cause on when the series is done in a couple weeks, cause the next episode by the time it's recording is tomorrow. So we have that episode and then another one, and then the whole series will be done.
Yeah.
So we are working on a retrospective because why not? I wrote down a lot of notes. I went back in the episodes, find everything little, and we're gonna mix it into one. So
So look forward to that.
yeah, look forward to that because that's gonna be a lot. That's probably gonna be a very like hot, in-depth video.
Girthy ass video.
Yep. Yeah, we'll put timestamps so that you can actually watch our videos and not like our recent video that only had 1 minute.
For fuck's sake.
All right, listen. All right, guys. I know our videos
Fucking
are
people.
long. I know our videos are long, but trust me, longer
Come on,
is
guys.
better.
I sit down and I edit an hour-long video for all you people. I make a nice thumbnail, and my fucking average view duration is a minute. Wow, fucking amazing.
Go fucking. Let's give a round of applause for that. We're getting there, guys. We're gonna be big. We're gonna be mainstream soon. But
Yeah, as long as you don't get canceled.
yeah, that's gonna be hard for me and you. So yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, bunch of shit's coming soon. Also, some recent, because we can do whatever we want, because it's our fucking channel. We can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
We are also thinking of doing we're going to watch all the Marvel movies back from Iron Man. We'll start from Iron Man. We're going to go up. Maybe just, it is a possibility we might do little retrospectives on each movie. Because that's
Yes.
months of content.
Literally.
That's monthly content doing the shit that we love to watch.
Mhm.
So it's going to be a possibility, very likely. Again, we're going to meet soon, watch those shit, take notes, all that shit,
And we're gonna make a video.
pump out some good content.
There you go.
So, all right, let's get into WandaVision. Again, spoiler alert, because I'm going to keep saying that until you guys don't fucking understand. Watch it, then come here, because you will be spoiled a lot. Okay, so the recent
So-
episode of episode 7.
All right, well, yeah, we'll get to the episode. So yeah, WandaVision kicking off MCU Phase 4.
Phase 4, baby.
It's fucking good to be back after 2020. We had nothing, no Marvel content in 2020.
Yeah, none.
Absolutely nothing for the first time in like since 2008.
That is true.
Literally.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, they're back better than ever. I personally had kind of lost faith for the MCU after Endgame, but WandaVision has revived my dead faith in the MCU.
Yep, I went in this series thinking, yeah, it's just going to be something that we're not gonna expect. It's just not gonna be as good.
Yeah.
But hell no, we're wrong. We were wrong
Yes.
all
Entirely
along.
wrong. Because this show is fucking bitching.
It's
Oh
some
my God.
bitching content, all right.
It's really good. Oh man. Yeah, no, I felt the same way before it came out. I was vaguely interested. I liked Wanda in the past, but Vision I quite frankly never gave a shit about.
Yep.
And then I saw they were doing a sitcom thing, and I was like, okay, that looks kind
Corny.
of like something I don't care about.
It just looked corny. It looked corny
Yeah.
from what we were doing, but
And it came out a few weeks ago, back in January, and then I got pretty much hooked right from the start.
they hooked us in.
Ate all my words.
Think about it. Like, after Endgame, how are you gonna follow up after that ending climax when Cap is old, Tony died,
Yeah.
and you had the rest of the heroes just doing nothing?
Yeah.
So you got to fill up
Yeah.
the story.
Exactly. At the time when Endgame came out, kind of had the question of where do we go from here? And for a long time, I think we all kind of felt like we didn't know the answer to that. But now that WandaVision is here and all this new stuff is coming, I think it's safe to say Marvel definitely has a plan. We should have faith in them.
And I really respect. Yeah.
The MCU is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. Nope. We'll talk about the future of MCU soon, but like how they have gone very organized with their approaches, because think about it, with all the cycles of movies and series on Disney Plus, we are getting an episode every week or a piece of
Yeah.
Marvel content every week, and movies would count too.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they're setting us up really nicely and kind of rewarding us every week with an episode of something or a movie.
Yeah, it's really nice. Because again, like especially after 2020, we had nothing, but now going into this year, we're getting new stuff literally like constantly, which is awesome.
It's really cool. It's really cool that they do that, and I really respect them for doing that. Something DC should have done. We'll get into what DC's going on.
Yeah, no,
But-
it worked out for them. It
Yep.
worked out. I mean, COVID definitely sucks, but in hindsight, it was good for them because they had time to make all these shows and they can line it up. So we're constantly getting stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah. With the WandaVision, again, we're not gonna go too into the episodes because we are doing a whole other separate video on that
Yeah.
fairly soon. We just got to get all the information. I'm probably going to watch through some of the episodes again just to
Yeah.
get a little sense of what the episode actually is about.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, we're going to worry
The
about
video will
that.
be coming in a few weeks because we still have 2 more episodes to come out.
Yeah.
We have one episode 8 coming out tomorrow, and episode 9 next Friday, which is the finale. So then, after all the episodes are out, we'll make our video talking about everything all at once.
Yeah, and also another idea that we were thinking of, every time an episode airs, we always record right after after the episode, and then
Yeah,
we'll
just
get our
our-
first reaction. It's not going to be a full in-depth episode thing. It's just going to be our first reaction of
Yeah,
how the
initial-
episode went.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get our initial reviews of everything that just happened, some first thoughts, and then we'll save our deep analysis for.
It'll be a fairly quick
later.
video. The video won't take too long, but it'll be pretty quick.
Yeah, probably at least 15 minutes or less.
I'll say that. But yeah.
So yeah, look forward to those.
Yeah, look forward. But yeah, for again, each episode, if you didn't know, how would you not know? Each episode goes by like 10 years, or it keeps going on and on and on between different old sitcoms. And if you didn't know, each episode gets progressively older. So, with these last 2 episodes, we don't know how far it can go since Modern Family was the recent one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're pretty much caught up in the present. And so I think the last 2 episodes... I mean, we're coming up on the end now. So I think for the last 2 episodes, they might just ditch the sitcom thing and just focus on the story.
Mhm.
Especially how the last episode ended. with
Yeah.
Agnes, or Agatha, I should say.
Or actually, no, it didn't end. Like, remember, so Monica, I'm gonna confirm, Monica's Photon from the comics. I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, they're going that route, I think, definitely.
But it ended with her, with the basement open, and a bunch of, evil shit down in the basement, and then Evan Peters. I'm not gonna call him Quicksilver, because we don't know if it's him. But he ends with the line, Snooper's gonna snoop.
Yeah. So it looks like he's under Agnes's control or some shit. Actually, there's a theory that I read online saying the reason Evan Peters, or we even have Evan Peters, is because so basically so like, the X-Men movies with the young cast, basically X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and Dark Phoenix, right?
Yes.
Each of those movies takes place in a different decade, just like WandaVision.
Correct.
First Class takes place in the 60s, Days of Future Past is the 70s, Apocalypse is the 80s, and Dark Phoenix is the 90s. So, the thing I read is apparently, or this is a theory, but the reason Evan Peters showed up in the first place is because in that episode he first showed up, Wanda is in the 80s at that point.
Yeah.
And so, however he got there, basically, in the X-Men universe, during the 80s, at that time, Evan Peters was, Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm.
And so because, he was from the 80s, and Wanda was in the 80s at the time, he kind of just came from the multiverse because they're in the same time frame. That's the theory I kind of read.
It makes
It
sense.
makes sense.
It makes sense.
Because if you think about it, the MCU version of Quicksilver he would be very young at that point in the 80s.
Yeah.
But in the X-Men universe, Evan Peters and that whole cast, they were all about doing stuff. So,
yeah.
It could make sense. It's a possibility.
Yeah. Or the most probably the popular opinion about Evan Peters' Quicksilver is that he's Mephisto.
Yeah, that's the other theory.
That's the popular opinion.
Yeah, I think that one is more likely. Well, I don't know if it's him exactly that's Mephisto, but I think there's definitely still another something happening behind the scenes. I don't think it would just be Agnes and then they call it a day. I think there's something more. I think she's just a piece of the puzzle.
And actually, one good thing about this series is that I go back to old Marvel movies and I really go through them. Again, I don't watch the full movies again. I go through clips. And recently, I've been looking at the ending cutscenes, after the credits. Yeah. And it's interesting because in the Doctor Strange one, obviously there's the one with Ragnarok setting that up, but then there was another one when I guess one of the main characters. Again, I haven't really watched Doctor Strange in a while, so I really don't know the characters' names. But there's an old guy, and then there's a black guy who's actually a sorcerer. Now, again, the sorcerer apparently interrogates the old man, and he's and his final line was, "There's too many sorcerers in the real world," or something like that. So,
I know what you're talking about.
I guess this might lead to Doctor Strange 2, or maybe Mephisto's not going to be the enemy in Doctor Strange 2, or maybe Wanda.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, so far we definitely know that WandaVision and Doctor Strange, the sequel, are going to be all connected.
Yeah.
As well as Spider-Man 3. But we'll get into Spider-Man 3 soon.
Yeah, pretty soon. Again, we don't want to talk too much about WandaVision right now, because again, we'll do a full in-depth video down the line, whenever, 2 weeks max. Yeah. Again, this video will be more organized, be more professional, I'll say, to our standard, because our videos are not professional at all.
No, what do you mean? We're totally professional.
We're using a free website to record.
Hey, they don't need to know that, okay?
We didn't give them a site name. We're fine.
It's all right. If it works, it works. That's all that matters.
You know, honest work in tough times like these. But
Yeah.
WandaVision, it's fucking great.
Really good. Seriously, if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Go watch it. Obviously, we have family members that don't understand the MCU and didn't get anything what's coming, and then we're just sitting there like, oh my god, what is that?
Yeah,
Oh,
losing our fucking minds the whole time.
losing our minds the whole time, and you're like what is that?
Like, when I was watching it, in the scene where Evan Peters shows up, like I literally like, oh my god. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like literally, oh my god.
No, I was like that because I seen the first episode with you.
Yeah.
Again, I'll say he was the one that actually watched it first, and then he hooked me up with it.
Yeah.
And then that was the first time seeing it, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, because basically when we watched it, I had already been caught up, and you didn't see any of it, and so we got together and just watched, like, at the time it was just 6 episodes that were out. We watched all 6 in one sitting and got him caught up. Yeah.
Yeah, that story as it is. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna head over there, and we're gonna watch the next one.
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
I don't think we know the name of the episode yet.
Not yet. I don't think we know it yet. I mean, you can check right now, but I don't think we have of official name.
Yeah, I don't think we know yet.
Maybe it's gonna be something with Agatha.
I'm sure it's gonna be.
You know what I feel like? I feel like with this next episode, it's gonna be a sitcom, but the main character is gonna be Agatha.
Oh, maybe.
It's just gonna be Agatha everything.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I think there's. I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go with this. I think there's definitely something with the kids also involved. I don't think the kids are everything as they seem. I think something's up with the kids also.
Well, we haven't seen them. We haven't seen the kids after Agatha took them.
Exactly. So I think she was doing something with the kids also. Yeah, something going on there.
Very interesting. Very, like, dark stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see how they're going to end this. Because, again, like, we already know that these 3 things are all going to be connected. Like, WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, and Doctor Strange 2. We already know they're all going to be connected.
Yes.
And because Kevin Feige has confirmed it. Marvel has confirmed that. It's not a secret.
Yeah. But Tom Holland is disagreeing with a few stuff that we'll get into. You know what? Honestly, let's skip away from WandaVision because we're gonna go through this again sooner or later. So let's move on to Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
Okay. So recently, I'll start off. Recently, there's a little like back and forth with the main 3 actors: Zendaya, Tom Holland, and I forget Ned's actor name. What's his name?
Oh, it's Jacob something. Jacob Batalon.
Batalon. Yeah, Jacob Batalon, I think. So they've been going back and forth with like name titles. So I think Tom Holland's was Phone Home.
They were trolling on Twitter.
They were basically trolling. Zendaya's I think was something. I forget the name.
Slice.
Home Slice, and then Batalon's was Homewrecker, which I kind of like that name to be honest. But then it all culminated with one 30-second clip of them coming from the actors, the director's room, John Watts.
Yeah.
Room, and they're just discussing titles, and they come out, and of course with Tom Holland's record of spoiling shit, they put that to light.
Yeah. So now we know the official name.
We know the official name. No Way Home. That's actually a cool name.
Yes. No Way Home.
That's a trifecta.
So, yeah, there we go. So that's our Spider-Man MCU trilogy. We got Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home.
That is cool.
Which again makes sense. No, if this is going to involve Doctor Strange and the multiverse, No Way Home makes sense.
Yeah, and
So,
Doctor Strange is confirmed, I think, to be in Spider-Man 3.
Yes, he is confirmed to be in the movie.
And we have Jamie Foxx, who plays Electro in the Amazing series,
It's awesome because, Go ahead.
And then I forget the other actor, but Doc Ock from the original also playing Doc Ock. So
Yeah,
it's cool.
it's gonna be great because it's perfect because WandaVision is ending in 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and then this movie is coming out. Spider-Man 3: No Way Home is coming out this Christmas,
Christmas
2021.
time. December 14th, I think.
And then Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2, is supposed to come out in March 2022,
Oh,
which isn't that far from Christmas.
2022.
Yeah, this time next year.
Okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, yeah, like you're saying, all these actors are confirmed to be in it. Like Jamie Foxx is confirmed, Alfred Molina is confirmed, Doctor Strange is confirmed, Elizabeth Olsen, Wanda, she's confirmed to be in it. Which I think that's because I think they're gonna set up Wanda to be the villain in Doctor Strange. I think that's the route they're going.
I can see it.
I mean, even in the last episode of WandaVision, they kind of hinted at that one line where Monica was like, "You don't need to be the villain" or whatever or something, and Wanda was like, "Maybe I already am." So I think they're going that route. Also, real quick, going back to WandaVision, in the last episode 7, during the commercial break, like the medicine commercial they did.
Yeah, Nexus.
Yeah, the name of the pill that they use in the commercial is Nexus, which is a callback or reference to the comics of the Nexus beings, who are basically people in the Marvel universe that are able to access the multiverse. And in the comics, Wanda is one of the Nexus beings, so it makes sense with what they're doing. I mean, they have Wanda, they have Wanda and Doctor Strange, who both deal with the multiverse. They're mentioning Nexus, which deals directly with the multiverse.
Yep.
They have all these other actors confirmed from different universes. So, I mean, to me, it seems pretty obvious where the route they're going.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, they're trying to, right now, not confirmed anything about Toby or Andrew returning.
Yeah, and Tom Holland has said they are not involved. But again, with Tom's record of spoiling stuff, he probably at this point he's really trying to cover it.
Yeah, no, they're not allowed to say. If they are involved, they can't say anything. So I think he's bullshitting. To me, I think it seems I'm pretty confident that they're gonna at least cameo. Even if they don't have a big role, I'm pretty confident that they're at least gonna cameo.
Yeah, I would say a cameo.
I mean, obviously, I would fucking love for them to have a big role, but at this point, I feel pretty confident they're going to be involved in some way or another.
Yeah, and when we go back into I went back also with watching those ending credits. I went back and watched everyone, including the Spider-Man series. So when I looked at Homecomings, I saw Michael Keaton, which is Vulture, in jail, and meeting Scorpion.
Right.
So again, that's hinting that Sinister Six vibe.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who's
it
in
makes
Sinister
sense.
Six.
It's had a lot of different lineups throughout the years in the comics. Like it literally changed. It's changed many times. So I mean, really, anything can go really as long as they get 6 people.
What I'm thinking is, when I was talking to my cousin about this, we were just brainstorming ideas, because obviously Venom 2 is coming out soon too. Actually, that's coming out after Spider-Man. I think.
I'm not sure when that's confirmed.
But
Pretty
that's
sure it got pushed
interesting.
back.
Because it's weird, because Venom might be involved too. Now, what I was thinking was, obviously, you have to, because with Sam Raimi back in Spider-Man 3, the original, he didn't like Venom as a character.
No, he didn't.
He hated it. He didn't like it, so they half-assed Venom.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It wasn't even his. It was the stupid producers who wanted to include him, and then that's ultimately what led to Spider-Man 3 being the mess that it is.
Now, if they put in the director from Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom, they can make it better. And obviously, Sam Raimi might be involved a little bit because he does Doctor Strange 2 too. So if they
Yeah.
work together, they can actually make Venom work well in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. I think here's my theory. What could happen. So we have a potential Sinister Six lining up. We have Michael Keaton, Vulture. We have Scorpion, Jamie Foxx, Electro, Doc Ock, Alfred Molina, possibly Mysterio. He could still be alive. I think he's still alive. I don't think they would just kill him off in one movie because he's a cool character.
Yeah.
And
I guess number six.
For the six, it could be Venom. It could be Morbius. We don't really know yet at this point.
Yeah. Obviously, with Venom in his movie, he's a good guy. Well, not really. He hasn't really specified if he's good or not. He just was going against people that tried to take him down. And obviously, Carnage has been Carnage in a Marvel fashion. In Marvel fashion, at the end of Venom, ending credits showed Carnage in a jail cell.
Right.
So that's a little hint too, because they did a little Marvel throwback with the hidden stuff at the end of each movie.
Right. Yeah, no, anyways, here's what, like I was saying. So, we have potential Sinister Six coming. And so what I think could happen is, if you remember from the end of Far From Home, Mysterio leaks that Peter is Peter. He leaks that Peter is Spider-Man. And so what I think could happen is that all these heroes are going to team up to try and get him because they know who he is. And then Peter's going to panic, not know what to do. And then somehow Doctor Strange is going to be involved because we know he's in the movie. So my guess is Peter is not going to know what to do, so he's going to go to someone for help. So who's he going to think of? He's going to think of Doctor Strange because he's just a few blocks down in New York. He's going to go to Doctor Strange, find out, what the hell's going on. And then something's going to happen, multiverse, well, no. At this point, if it is Sinister Six and Doc Ock and Electro are there, then something already happened, multiverse.
Yeah. Which probably would have led in from WandaVision, what I'm thinking. Because I think at the end of WandaVision, it's not just going to be something in the Hex. It's actually going to go around the world and change up a few shit.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think WandaVision is going to end with something. The Hex is going to open up some shit. But anyway. So yeah, Doctor Strange is going to come in for help. And through that, he's going to recruit, or hopefully at least the theory is, bring in Toby and Andrew. Again, not confirmed, but fingers crossed. And then something's going to happen. And the reason it could be called No Way Home is because either one, Peter is going to get stuck in the multiverse and can't get home. Or two, it's just called No Way Home because it's like, he's exposed and he's under attack and he can't go home. That's the reason.
Yeah.
I'm hoping more for the first, personally.
Or a mix of two. You could mix the two together. Because obviously... yeah, go ahead.
No, so I was going to say, but then if it is the first option, it's called No Way Home because he gets stuck in the multiverse, then that would tie in with Doctor Strange 2, because that movie is called In the Multiverse of Madness. So in that movie, obviously, they're going to be in the multiverse. And yeah, it's going to be fucking crazy.
Yeah, so what I was saying about how that movie's going to go, obviously with the recent animated Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse,
right?
Because that was also multiverse-ish. Because obviously...
Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah. So obviously, you're thinking, after that movie is like, would Marvel actually do that live action?
I think it's a no-brainer. You know how much fucking money that would pull in?
That can pull in a lot.
To me, like, I would put that at the same level of hype as, like, Endgame.
And Avengers, just in general.
Because oh my god, that would just be so insane.
Well, obviously with COVID, there's gonna be issues.
Yeah.
Because people are paranoid.
Yeah, that's just a fucking given. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Hopefully, because this movie's supposed to come out at Christmas time, so hopefully by then, we can at least go. Even though I'm sure
or we get an idea. We can get an idea of it.
So yeah.
But yeah, with also with that is comes with how did Electro, because obviously in Amazing 2, which was garbage. I'm gonna say it was garbage. Wasn't good. Even though that the transformation scene to Electro was brutal as hell. Was him getting electrocuted with live wires dumped into water while getting bit by eels. If you want a way to go, that's fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying with that is that Electro? Because at the end of Amazing 2, didn't he just blow up?
Yeah, he kind of like overloaded, fucking shot himself.
He shot himself.
That's another theory I read. Like, so yes, Alfred Molina and Jamie Foxx are going to be in the movie, but you know, it could, just because they're in the movie, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be, you know, Electro from the Android universe and Doc Ock from the Toby universe. It could just be them playing the characters again, but it's not, you know, it's a different version of the character.
Yeah.
Which could be the case, because if you look at the end of Far From Home, you have JJ doing, you know, he's the one that plays the video.
Yeah.
And it's the actor is the same guy as JJ in the Toby films.
Yeah.
And so, but obviously it's not the same JJ from the Toby films, it's just the same actor.
Yeah.
So they could be doing the same thing here, like just doing fan service of casting the same people, but it's a different version. Which could be possible, I guess. I would be a little disappointed if they did that, but it's certainly not off the table.
Yeah. It's an easier route.
But at the same time, too, if it is the versions of them from the other universes, like, I don't know how it would work, quite honestly, because, like you're saying, you know, in Amazing Spider-Man 2, Electro dies.
Yeah, it blew up.
In Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock dies. You know, he has his story, he has his arc, and that's it. He does his thing and he dies. So then that does bring up the question of, okay, well then, if it is the same character, you know, how the hell are they going to be in this movie?
Now, what I'm saying is, with that sorcerer at the end of Doctor Strange in the end credits, I know it's been like 4 years, but they brought up Thanos like before Endgame and Infinity War. They brought
Thanos, yeah.
It basically brought up the Thanos idea like years before.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so Thanos, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought someone from the past to do it again.
Yeah. With Thanos especially, though. Thanos, they had that plan from the start. I mean, he's in the very first Avengers movie. Thanos is in it. So,
yeah.
I mean, you know, that was the plan from since at least 2012, if not before.
Yeah. So yeah, with that is, there's probably like a hidden like sorcerer that gets in contact with the multiverse and just finds the idea. And he needs to build a team, so I guess he goes back in the multiverse, finds the two people that hate Spider-Man, and brings them in.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that makes sense too. Actually, now that you're saying that does make sense. The villain, or the guy at the end of Doctor Strange,
because we haven't seen him since Doctor Strange.
No, yeah, The theory was that they were going to save him for the sequel. But, you know, the sequel's coming up soon, so that could make sense, actually, given everything we know.
And also, this can't be just a Spider-Man movie. It might be Doctor Strange 2. Like, he might not be in the title, but it might involve Doctor Strange 2.
Oh, yeah, it's going to involve him. You know, it's like, look at Homecoming. You know, Homecoming is called Spider-Man, but at the same time, it's also still an Iron Man movie. I mean, Iron Man plays a big part in Homecoming.
Yeah, you see him a good amount in Spider-Man.
So I'm saying, yeah, so what you're saying could be true too, you know. It's called Spider-Man No Way Home, but Doctor Strange is going to play a big part.
Yeah, but also there's a theme with the Spider-Man movies, because you see Tony Stark in Homecoming, but you also see Nick Fury / the Skrull, who also play a big part in the movie.
Captain Marvel, yeah.
Yeah. You don't see Captain Marvel, but you see the Skrulls.
Right.
So there's a theme with the Spider-Man movies is that there's always not just Spider-Man. There's always someone else in the
Yeah.
MCU just there.
And that's also another criticism I've heard is that because like for me personally, like I still think Toby is personally I think he's a way better Spider-Man. Like I think he's just kind of always gonna be my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, while it's true, nostalgia does play a part of it. I think it goes more than nostalgia because I've gone back and I've rewatched those movies recently, and they still hold up even looking past nostalgia.
Yeah.
And so a big criticism people have with Tom Holland is that they don't ever give him. He's never had his own story really. I mean, they introduced him in Civil War. And Civil War is basically an Avengers movie. I mean, there's so many people in Civil War.
It is it's a Captain America, but it's an Avengers movie.
Yeah, exactly. Civil War basically is an Avengers movie, and Spider-Man just happens to be in it. And then Homecoming very much has a big focus on Iron Man. Far From Home, he's kind of piggybacking with Nick Fury and Mysterio.
But also, it's also about Tony because he died, and you have to carry
Yeah.
on his legacy.
Exactly. Yeah. And then Tony still plays a part because he's dealing with his legacy and living up to it. So then the criticism I've heard is that some people they don't want a big multiverse Spider-Verse movie for the Spider-Man 3. They think Tom Holland kind of just needs his own story first and need to give him time to develop. Which I can agree with.
I can agree
with
with, but when you think about it,
as much as it is true, because as much as I would love to see, Tobey and Andrew return, Tom Holland really has not even had his own moment to shine yet, which is something they're definitely lacking. Again, like obviously I would be fucking to the moon to see Tobey come back, but it's like we still haven't even seen Tom Holland really develop as his own character yet.
No, we haven't. Which, again, I know you. Are you a fan? You're a fan of Homecoming and Far From Home, like.
I like Homecoming more than Far From Home. I mean, I don't hate the movies by any means, but I mean, it's definitely not my.
You're old.
Movie.
Well, you're old. Obviously, you're gonna like the old fashioned. I really like Homecoming and Far From Home, just for the fact of how the MCU ties in with it. But for like a regular viewer,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, the main reason for me that I like Tobey much more as Spider-Man is just it has to do with his character and the way they treat him. Like again, but that's my main problem with Tom Holland Spider-Man is that he's too much of
a kid.
We haven't seen him do anything on his own. Like he's always, like people say a lot, but he's always Iron Man Jr.
Yeah,
that's kind of the comparison people make, which I can agree with, and that's kind of the main reason he's not been my favorite, and that's kind of the reason why like I like Homecoming and Far From Home, but they still kind of disappoint me in a way.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's how the landscape goes. It's Tobey Maguire being the best overall Spider-Man, just not like humor and stuff, but just Spider-Man. If you think of Spider-Man as a character, you think Tobey.
Yeah, at least for me, yeah.
With Andrew Garfield, I don't understand Andrew Garfield's just Spider-Man. It just feels like a copy.
It's not even his fault, dude. It was just such
the
a
writers.
shitty time for the studio and Sony. He really had a lot of potential, but he was just dealt the wrong cards, honestly. I think if he had the proper team and the proper resources committed, like it could have been really, really well done. But there was just so much shit going on behind the scenes and studio interference that he really just got the short end of the stick.
And then Tom Holland's is more of a modern take on Spider-Man.
Right.
But he feels more like a kid.
Right.
Now with the original Spider-Man's, it's an adult. But for like, if you want to put the kid aspect and actually high school, college, kid, that's the Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Right.
Plus he has a good personality. He acts like a kid. Something Spider-Man kind of lacked. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna say kinda, because
that's the thing. That's the thing where I kind of disagree in a way. Because to me, I feel like Spider-Man, he doesn't need to be a kid. Like, yes, I get it. In the comics, he is young, but at the same time, it's like he's been around since the '60s. There's so many different versions of him in so many different comic runs that you really can't just say like, yes, Spider-Man is a teenager in high school, because that's not always true. There's plenty of versions where he is, there's plenty of versions where he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be fair, in the Tobey movies, in the first film, he graduates high school. We see him graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the second film, we see he's attending, a college. But obviously he doesn't act he doesn't act like a young high schooler, but he is in college at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's aside from the point.
I don't know. I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I really do.
That's the thing. That's the thing I am hopeful for, though, at least, is that as of right now, the state of Tom Holland's Spider-Man is that, again, we've seen him in Civil War, which is basically an Avenger film. We've seen him in Homecoming, which is very much still heavy focus on Iron Man. And Far From Home, which is very heavy focus on, Nick Fury, Mysterio, S.H.I.E.L.D., Iron Man Legacy. He's still very much not on his own. And with No Way Home, it looks like they're going to go that route again, because we have so many characters. We have Doctor Strange and Jamie Foxx and Doc Ock and all these people. So again, we're not going to get a story of him doing his own thing, which kind of disappoints me. But we'll see.
Look, look in your criticism. You're not saying like it's bad.
No, again, like I don't hate Far From Home and I don't hate Homecoming, but it's not what I wish it were.
Yeah.
But then the other thing, real quick, that makes me hopeful at the same time too is that the Tobey movies, he has his trilogy and then that's it, he's done. But with the MCU, I mean, look at Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. He was in it from 2008 up until 2019. He was in the game for 11 years in a shit ton of movies.
Yeah.
He had so much time to develop as a character.
Yeah.
Which makes me kind of hopeful for Tom Holland, because this is the third movie for Spider-Man, but that doesn't mean we're never going to see him again.
No,
he can still come up in every other movie for, I mean, let me think. When did Civil War come out? Civil War came out in 2016?
Yes.
So this is going to be his fifth year playing the character. He could be in the MCU still for at least another 5 years in multiple films, which is good, because that gives him way more time to develop than Tobey ever had, way more time than Andrew ever had. So hopefully, a few years from now, I can look back and I can say, at first I didn't really like him, but I'm glad with what they did with him over the years. And I hope I can say that, but, only time will tell.
Yeah, so, in an article by, US Today, Tom Holland was interviewed and he said, if they want me to make 10 Spider-Man movies, you better believe I will be there. Exactly. So this actor is committed. He's committed to stay with the character.
And that's what makes me hopeful, because, at the present, I'm not exactly 100% satisfied with the way they've dealt with his character, but, at the same time, there's still so much more we've yet to see with him. So
yeah,
it's not over yet. It's not like Tobey, where, you had 1, 2, 3, and boom, you never see him again. I mean, Tom he's in the MCU, it's like the MCU goes beyond just his films. We're going to see a lot more of him.
But there's no, center focus anymore. Because the center focus was usually Iron Man or Captain. It was either one of those two being a center focus. Because in Avengers, who's at the beginning? Who's at the front? Either America or Tony.
Right.
Now it's going to be more spread out. It's not just going to be about 2 or 3 people like Thor. It's now going to be about everyone.
Yeah.
Obviously, Thor
Yeah.
right now is with the Guardians. And again, I'm going to count this part as the future of the MCU. Because, obviously, not just Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and WandaVision, all those. You still have other series like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You have Guardians 3. You have
Yep. Thor 4.
new series like She-Hulk and Moon Knight, which
Hawkeye.
Yeah, and Hawkeye 2 and Black Widow.
Mhm.
She died. Well, she has an origin, so
Yeah, this movie. I think her movie coming up. I think takes place. I think it takes place after Civil War, but before Infinity War.
I don't know.
I think that's what I read somewhere.
I don't know. I that movie keeps getting delayed, but that's because of
coming out.
COVID.
The film. Okay, yeah, the film will take place after Civil War, but before Infinity War. So it's not her like origin story,
Mhm.
but it is gonna give us more about what the hell she's been up to. Which I am glad. I'm glad she's finally getting a movie because she was one of the OGs. She's been in it since Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not just this. That's like at least 40%. That's like 40% of everything. There's still another 60% going on. So
Yeah.
what Marvel does that's really good, they pump out content.
right.
They pump out content pretty recently, and they have a lot of stuff to go through.
Right. I just really hope that we see. I want to see Tom Holland's character, Spider-Man. I want to see him grow, moving away from always being partnered with somebody or always being looked down. And I want to see him move into his own Spider-Man. Like right now I feel like he's Spider-Boy. I want to see him be a fucking Spider-Man like Toby. You know what I mean? It's like. There's another thing too that really bothers me is like, you look at the Toby movies and Uncle Ben as a character, like he plays such a big part on Toby and who he is and why he is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Without Uncle Ben, there would be no Spider-Man.
Yeah, and with Tom
But
Holland,
guess what?
there's
guess
no
what? Exactly. In the MCU, Tom Holland never even acknowledges Uncle Ben once, ever. And to me, that's really, it's like, what the hell, man? How can you never acknowledge Uncle Ben when Uncle Ben is such a part of Spider-Man?
Now, here's my
It's
theory.
it's like two sides of a coin, It's like fucking heads and tails. It's like they go together. There is no Spider-Man without Uncle Ben.
Now, here's my theory. Obviously, Happy Hogan and Aunt May are involved in the story. Now, my theory is that in some way something will happen to Aunt May. And obviously, it's always been Spider-Man, Aunt May.
Right.
So, maybe she dies? And that, develops him as a character? Or Happy dies. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be something.
Because
Yeah, exactly.
there's no Uncle Ben. There's no,
There needs to be something. We need something big to happen to him that's really gonna, develop his character. Because it's just, at the present, I do feel like he's just not evolving. He's just kind of
fucking Ned dies.
Yeah. I don't know. They need to do more with his character because I really do feel like they're not doing enough with the time that he's already had a lot of time. I mean, he's already had Civil War, Infinity War, Homecoming, Far From Home, Endgame. He's already had a lot of time, but I still feel like they haven't done nowhere near enough as they need to really make him a solid character.
And another article from Collider. Basically, Tom Holland said that Marvel and Sony won't have beef anymore with the future of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So they love
really
working
good.
with each other.
I know, that's great. Not even just for Spider-Man, but that's great because, you look to Venom and you look to Morbius. If everybody's everybody's happy and Sony's happy and Disney's happy, that's great because then we'll have no problems crossing over in future movies.
And another one, which I forget the name of the source, but they were saying about one of the fight scenes in Spider-Man 3 that it took them at least a month to do.
Yeah.
So apparently
I
that
can't
was...
even imagine, what the hell that could be.
And according to Tom Holland, it says it's one of the best scenes I've seen from a Marvel movie. and
I
that's
know,
speaking
what
very highly.
He's been hyping it up a lot. Like, he's been saying this next Spider-Man movie, like, I'm pretty sure he literally said it's, like, the most ambitious thing he's ever fucking witnessed. Which just makes you wonder, like, what the hell could possibly be more ambitious than, like, Endgame? You know what I mean? Like,
That's why I'm saying multiverse. That's like one of...
Yeah. And I completely agree with you. I think it's a no-brainer the route they're going, but you know, at the present he can't.
But also with Doctor Strange's second movie, I don't know if we haven't seen the casting of that either too. So maybe Spider-Man's in that too. Think about it.
It could be. I mean, Doctor Strange, he's going to be important in No Way Home. Spider-Man, he could be important in Multiverse of Madness. We do know that Wanda's confirmed for Multiverse of Madness. So we know she's going to be in it. And that's really all we know at the moment.
Yeah. Also, another little hint, another little thing, said Kevin Feige says there's no plans for rated R films besides Deadpool 3. And I'm just going to say Deadpool needs to be rated R, all right? You can't do Deadpool PG-13. They tried it once and it failed.
I'm really excited to see how they do that because I don't know if you know, but Deadpool 3 is confirmed to be in the MCU.
Huh?
Yeah. So they're obviously going the multiverse route. Like that's a no-brainer.
Oh god, they better not fuck up Deadpool, I swear to god.
No, I mean as long as they keep it rated R, I think it'd be fine.
Look, Deadpool needs to stay rated R, all right? You can't change Deadpool. You can't. They did it once with Once Upon a Deadpool, and that flopped.
Yeah.
Hard. That was not good. Deadpool needs to have his... Honestly, Deadpool needs to be just a standalone thing. Because obviously with Marvel, they're kind of family-friendly. But Deadpool is not family-friendly at all.
Oh, yeah. No, not at all.
So maybe they, like...
Yeah, to me, it seems like a no-brainer. They're definitely going the multiverse route. With everything we know from Wanda to Doctor Strange to Jamie Foxx to Alfred Molina to possibly Venom. We know, Evan Peters showing up. You know, I think that's them kind of winking at like, look what's gonna come. You know, we have all the X-Men. They're gonna come in eventually.
Yeah.
Because now Disney has the rights to Fox.
Yep.
Which means they can do whatever the fuck they want.
20th century.
So we know they're coming soon. We know Fantastic Four is coming soon. Well, they're not multiverse, but we know they're coming soon.
They're definitely coming. Yeah, they haven't. That's why I think they're gonna preview that in end credit scenes probably soon.
Probably soon, yeah. Which we also, speaking of Fantastic Four, we know that John Watts is directing that, so we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, the last Fantastic Four movie, which was standalone, it was trash.
It's not connected.
I mean, the old ones weren't bad.
They're just
there. They're just there.
They just kind of exist. They're just like old, corny, whatever. No one really cares.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And obviously, there's a lot of stuff connecting.
Yeah. Also, on a side note, I'm also glad that John Watts got to direct all 3 Spider-Man films. Tom Holland.
Yeah, I think they have a good chemistry. That's why.
No, it's good because really, you know, since Sam Raimi, there hasn't been a trilogy directed all by the same dude.
Yeah.
At least for Spider-Man. So it's good. At least we can say we're gonna have the Watts trilogy.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool, I guess. I can respect that.
I think it's just better to have one director do it because he has the idea from the original or from the previous movie and just also adds on to it.
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking, because I just looked up list of future MCU films. I forgot that Ant-Man 3, which is coming out 2022.
Yeah, that too.
That is called Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is the name of it.
Yeah, Quantumania. Yeah, I do. Okay. Yes, I do remember that. That got pushed back.
Supposedly, the villain for that is supposedly going to be Kang the Conqueror, which is another multiverse villain in the comics. So,
and of course, time travel, because time travel also makes him more of a possibility too.
I mean, yeah, time travel literally exists in the MCU now, so anything goes. Literally anything goes at this point. I mean,
well, yeah, because it all started with Loki, and then it moved to Ultron with the mechanics, and then when Ant-Man went in the story, it all started with time travel.
Honestly, I'm just so excited for the future. It really, like, Kevin Feige, he's really got his shit together. I mean, it's fucking nuts.
It's nuts, and there's a lot to talk about.
I know. We can literally go on forever. It's awesome. It's great too. We talked about this before, but it's like we're getting so much content this year alone. I mean, with WandaVision now ending in 2 weeks, and then we have Falcon and Winter Soldier starting up soon. That's gonna take at least 6 weeks to finish. You know. And then after that, we have Black Widow coming up. We have Loki coming up. We have the Eternals is coming maybe this year.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, which we really don't know about much yet, that's coming. Doctor Strange 2 will be early next year. All the other shows, it's like there's, and then Fantastic Four. And keep in mind too, all of these movies and shit, they're all gonna have their own post-credit scenes and stuff that's gonna lead to all new stuff. So I mean, the door is only gonna keep opening from here.
Yeah. Also, another funny thing from Tom Holland on Fallon Tonight. So he said there is no cameo of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man 3. Now wait, because again he's capping. There's no he has to hide it. So Tom Holland on the playlist asked some journalists. He's like, why would you even? Do you really think I'm gonna tell you?
I know, it's like so stupid. That's what I fucking hate about television hosts. They ask the stupidest questions sometimes. It's like, what the hell do you expect these people to say? It's like, so tell me right now, what is the entire script for the fucking film? Well, like, oh, Jimmy, I can't really tell you that. It's like, yeah, no shit. It's like, why would you even ask that, dumbass? You know what I mean?
Well, that was from the playlist. That was from the playlist saying that.
It's like so retarded sometimes. People ask the most retarded questions. But, I think he's bullshitting.
Yeah, it has to be. There's just... It has to be something BS.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, well, that was a long talk about just Spider-Man in general. Let's move on. Let's move on to something on their competitors, which is DC.
Yeah,
now, well, again, I have no hope for it. To be honest, I have no hope for DC anymore.
Absolutely no hope.
After Joker, I fucking... By the way, I love Joker, but...
See, that's the thing. If they just do... It's not that they can't do it. It's just that everything they've done wrong.
Yeah.
They have so much potential. They have the same potential that Marvel has. It's just that they don't do
execute.
Anything right.
They're just fucking
execute.
They don't put 100% in their stuff.
They need to take their time. They can't just rush into, let's just we'll make a Superman film, we'll make Batman v Superman, and then boom, make Justice League. Like, no, you fucking stupid.
And Justice League was boring. And even
you need time to develop these characters. You can't just jump into it.
No, but there's a reason
the MCU is as successful as it is, and there's a reason that it's been going on every year since 2008 successfully, and it's going to keep going at least for another God knows how long.
God, they're going to keep going because they have ideas. That's what DC doesn't do. They don't care.
They don't plan enough, nearly as much. They don't put enough effort into what the hell they're trying.
And I'm going to continue, but even Joss Whedon, who did Justice League, one of the execs said it was a piece of shit and that Zack Snyder should never watch it.
I know. He literally said, this movie is a piece of shit. It's like, wow, that really goes to show.
That's how much effort that DC puts in their shit. Like Joker, they put effort in, and that's what you do. You make a good ass movie out of Joker. But then you go back to the Snyder Cut, which hopefully it will do well. But this is gonna be Zack Snyder's whole idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, I don't really like Zack Snyder as a director, but that's just my opinion because of how they've treated Batman with Ben Affleck and stuff. I like Ben Affleck as a Batman, but just the whole storyline and stuff that they've done with Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel, or what else? Wonder Woman. It was just meh.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Woman, I thought, okay, Wonder Woman was pretty good, but it was just meh. And that's not a sexist thing to say, but you gotta make it interesting. Because Wonder Woman's a boring character.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the movie was fine, but it's just like, I don't really care.
Like, it was just... look, I'm just saying, Superman's a boring character. Because he's just overpowered. What can you do with an overpowered person?
No, I don't think that's the case. I think he has a lot of potential. It just... It needs to be executed the right way. Because otherwise it will come across as...
Like, they can't even bring Christopher Nolan back. Back in the old days with Dark Knight, which was... Oh, my God. Every single movie was good when Nolan was doing it.
Yeah.
But they can't bring Nolan back.
I think the third is the worst in that trilogy, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, I don't know. But, was Suicide Squad, about... Again, we'll mix both of these parts together, but... Suicide Squad, oh my God. Besides the soundtrack, it was god-awful. Like, you want to talk about a piece of shit?
Basically, yes.
Suicide Squad. Just, I had so much hype to it. Think about it, I wanted to go see this so bad in theaters, because the trailers were good. They were good trailers. But when the movie played, it wasn't good.
Again, it was because of all the shit going on behind the scenes at the studio. You know, it's never as simple as just it was bad. There's always something else going on that you don't realize. You know?
And why was Joker in for only 10 minutes?
I know, that was so stupid. On all the trailers and everything, they hyped him up. Like, he was going to be such a big part of the movie. He was not even 10 minutes. He probably had a total of, 4 minutes, if that. Let me look it up. I'm sure someone's calculated this. Jared Leto, Joker, total screen time. Let's see here. Joker's appearance on Suicide Squad. Okay, never mind. It's about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes.
123-minute runtime. So that's what?
That's
fucking
10 minutes and 2 hours of a film.
A 12th of the movie.
Of how much they put Joker in the trailer, you should have him almost 50% or more in the movie.
Yeah.
And obviously, I thought they did pretty good with the casting. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. It fits.
Oh yeah, no, I like her. She did great.
Will Smith is Deadshot. It was not bad. Fucking Captain Boomerang wasn't that bad either.
Captain Boomer.
Yeah, Boomer. Fucking Boomer. Killer Croc was just... he's just there. I wasn't really a fan of him.
He didn't do shit.
He didn't do anything.
He didn't do shit until the last act.
And then the fucking Skull guy. I don't even know... Diablo or something.
I don't even know his name either.
I don't even know his name.
And then there was the other guy. His name actually was Slipknot, and then they killed him. They blew his head up.
Yeah, and it just dies. And then fucking Chinese woman, or Japanese woman, or whatever her name is.
Try to get us canceled.
I'm not saying that slur, right? I don't know. Yeah. I forgot. It was Japanese. I remember. Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's just, we don't know these characters.
Again, it's because they don't take their time. They just fucking immediately do a team-up movie without ever establishing anything.
At least with the Dark Knight series, they built it up a little bit.
But again, that trilogy though, instead of focusing on 12 different fucking characters, Batman is the character, period, and that's it. You know, I mean, there's different villains, but Batman is the hero, and they focus on him for 3 films, 3 movies to develop him. You know, it's not like Suicide Squad where we're seeing all these characters for the first time. We're seeing all these characters all together in one movie.
It was just a
It's
mess.
It's like imagine if it were like the Avengers, the first Avengers film. Imagine if that was the first movie in the MCU.
Oh my god.
It'd be like, what?
We wouldn't get any of it.
No, you wouldn't. It's like retarded.
But at least with like some of the side characters like Black Widow and Hawkeye, they've been like had cameos in other movies. Like we first saw Scarlet in Iron Man 2. We all saw fucking Hawkeye in Thor for a little bit. But we at least saw it's Hawkeye because he had a bow and arrow on him.
Yeah.
And like there's all these side characters that actually were in movies before the Avengers happened. And at the end of Hulk at the end cutscene, you see Tony.
And again, like it's not even like they don't have potential. They do. They have so much potential.
They have so much potential, but they don't execute.
It's just pissing me off. It's just like, why? Why are you literally throwing away your own money that you could be?
And you're wasting the actor's time. You're basically wasting the actor's time because you could have given him a good storyline to work on, and it just comes out like a piece of shit. And it's annoying to talk about because I want DC to succeed. I like Marvel better, but I still want to see good movies from them. And Joker was good, but that was like a new thing in the story.
Yeah, well, Joker's not connected to the DCU.
Yeah.
It's its own.
Yeah, so when you can make a good movie like Joker, just get the same directing and the same amount of drive through a movie and put it in your series.
Yeah.
And obviously
too. I feel like if DC just made movies, just standalone, just make standalone movies. You don't need to connect them. You don't need to try and copy the MCU. Just do your own thing. Just make good movies. That's all that matters. You know? Like, look at Joker. Joker is fucking great. It's not connected to anything. Look at the Dark Knight trilogy. Dark Knight trilogy is great. It's not connected to anything. You know, the original Batman movie with Michael Keaton is great. Not connected to anything. Just do your own stories. You don't need to copy the MCU. Because you tried and you failed horribly. So, you know, now, like, just fucking forget it.
honestly, at this point, just go. Leave.
Like, you can keep making movies, but they should just make standalones. Just make standalones and fucking make them amazing. Don't worry about, like, creating a universe.
It's just not. It's not worth it. Because you saw with Justice League of how boring he was and how disorganized the whole movie was because the execs didn't work with each other. At least with Marvel and Sony, they're getting better. They're not. I mean, they beefed before, but now they're good. That's why Spider-Man was good. That's why all the other stuff was good. Because they work together. DC doesn't work with people. They work by themselves, and they don't make good shit. Well, I wouldn't say good. They wouldn't say bad stuff, but just something that's disorganized.
Yeah, you summed it up.
That's why I get pissed off, because DC has so much potential to be so good. And just with some of the designs on, like, Batman vs. Superman on Doomsday pissed me off. Because I saw what Doomsday looked like in comics, and he looked nothing like it. Yeah. But that's all the production's fault, because they didn't put effort in to make him look cool.
Big fucking Ninja Turtle.
He looks like a turtle without a shell.
It's true, though. It's true.
It's just... Yeah. DC needs to get their shit together and start working with people to make a good movie.
Yeah, basically.
That's why I don't really have a lot of hope for the Snyder Cut. Because if they're still, like, complaining to each other of, like, oh, this is how...
No, you know, that's the thing. It's like the Snyder Cut, I think it's definitely going to be better than the Joss Whedon version that we have. But, you know, it's not going to... If we just watch it as its own standalone thing, like, I'm sure it'll be fine. But as a whole piece of the puzzle, it's not going to be anything notable.
It's just, this is why I like Marvel better, because DC doesn't decide to put the effort in.
Although I can say though, I am very excited for the new Batman movie coming with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, because that's a new step.
That looks very promising. Because again, it's a standalone. It's not connected. Just make standalone movies. For God's sake. Like, it looks so good. Like, the tone, they freaking nailed it. It looks amazing. Who's directing that? Matt Reeves. He's directing that. It looks great. Good job. But it's like,
keep it on. Just make everything a standalone thing.
It pisses me off too. It pisses me off because Ben Affleck was great. I really liked Ben. I thought he was great in Batman v Superman. Justice League, he was fucking stupid. But in Batman v Superman, Ben Affleck did a very good job. I thought
Ben Affleck was a good Batman.
And he was supposed to get his own movie, but guess what? It never happened, and it fucking pissed me off because I would have loved to see that, but it never happened.
It's just it's kind of hard to say, but
and it's not going to happen because he signed off. He's not coming back. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Even Henry Cavill. I freaking loved Henry Cavill as Superman, but he's not coming back. I'm pretty sure that's done too. Well, besides the Snyder Cut, I'm pretty sure he's done.
Yeah, because they know how they just wasted their time.
Sucks. Like honestly, like.
I mean, you're getting a good paycheck. You're getting a paycheck out of it, but how much of that money is going to be from movie sales?
Literally, it was such good casting. Like Henry Cavill, he just looks like Superman. He's the most definitive face for Superman.
He looks like Superman. He honestly
and they just
does.
fucking threw it out the window. It's like, good job, idiot. You freaking just lost the greatest looking actor you could have had for Superman.
No, but they also go after Marvel scraps like James Gunn. And obviously he's back with Marvel now, but he was a scrap. Because he got canceled, and they're like, oh, you got canceled. All right, I know you did some shitty stuff, but just come in. Please just come to us. Make one movie. Oh, you know what? We and then Marvel comes back to him. Oh, you know what? We said everything wrong about you. You can come back. I'm like, okay, fuck you, DC.
I don't even know. Like, how is that even going to fit into the TCU, the new Suicide Squad?
It's just not. It's going to be another mess.
What if it's just called the Suicide Squad? So, like, is it... What the fuck? This is so confusing.
It's confusing because DC doesn't have fucking organization. At least with Marvel, they plan stuff ahead of time. And then actually make a full schedule out of it.
We need a Kevin Feige for DC. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Someone who cares as much as Kevin Feige.
I'm kind of parched. You can keep going while I fucking find water.
So let me see here. What the hell do we have so far? We have Man of Steel. I just looked it up. We have Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and then Wonder Woman came out the year after that, 2017. So, okay. And then Justice League came out after that. So in Justice League, we have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash. Is that it? And Aquaman. So, out of the 6 Justice League members at the time, we had only seen 3 of them. The other 3, we had never seen Flash, we had never seen Cyborg, and we had never seen Aquaman before.
Oh no,
you know what?
Aquaman had a movie.
No, Aquaman came out after Justice League.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that was stupid too.
And so it's like, what the hell, man? You make a freaking team up movie, and you haven't even established your characters yet. You established Superman, you kind of established Batman in one movie, and Wonder Woman was also a part of that, was a part of that movie. And then you did a team-up movie. When you haven't even established Cyborg, you hadn't even established Flash, or Aquaman. No, they were fucking stupid, and they did Aquaman after Justice League.
I'm just saying, Aquaman was cringe. Alright, it was
fucking
so cringe.
And Amber Heard was in that movie too, fucking whore.
Yeah. Hey, I actually like her as an actor.
No, she beat up my boy Johnny Depp. She's fucking hot, but she's a whore.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck her. Alright. But yeah, I mean like
she is pretty hot, but like fucking she fucked up my boy Johnny Depp.
I don't know why we do that to Johnny Depp, man.
Fucking.
It's just a movie. Just Aquaman was so cringe, and it's just a fucking.
My boy though, my boy Willem Dafoe is in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I fucking love
He was
Willem
the only
Dafoe.
good one.
I
He was the
fucking
only
love
good
Willem
one.
Dafoe, honestly, he's not the foe. He's the friend.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just the movie was so cringe, and it was just a rip. It just felt like a rip off of Marvel, like all the
Yeah.
jokes. It was just,
Did
it's
you
just
see,
a rip off.
So yeah, then we had Justice League 2017, Aquaman 2018.
Why did I see
Oh,
that
yeah,
in
just-
theaters?
I saw that in theaters.
Fucking garbage.
We Shazam. I forgot about Shazam 2019. That was actually pretty.
That
good.
was no
I
Shazam.
like
Okay,
the
I'll get it. All right, Shazam was good.
Shazam was good because see, Shazam, they knew it was supposed to be a stupid movie, so they treated it like a stupid movie. They didn't take it so seriously, which was great for that kind of film. Like they knew it was supposed to be goofy, they knew it was supposed to be funny, and they nailed it perfectly with what's his face, the actor that played him.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name.
He was like perfect for that because he nails like that goofy kind of personality that.
Yeah,
they needed.
because Shazam. Okay, Shazam was actually good. It was good. But again, that's another standalone.
No, that's connected. That's connected.
All right, well that's the only good connected one then.
And then we had Birds of Prey, which I never saw.
I didn't see that either.
And the new Wonder Woman, which just came out like a few months ago, which I
Ew.
never saw.
It's just
Did you see
meh.
it?
No, I just don't think it's good.
I heard all kinds of mixed things. I heard people praise it. I heard some people say it was fucking the worst thing they've ever seen. I have no idea what to think.
I don't know.
Apparently, it's just like really corny, but apparently it's also intentional because it's set in the 80s. So,
Ew.
I don't know. At this point, I'm fucking hopeless for the DC universe. I just want to see
Marvel's
the Snyder
just
Cut.
out. Marvel is outdoing them.
Yeah, they also
Like it's that
started
meme
earlier.
of The Simpsons where the kids getting beat up and then stop, they're already dead.
Yeah, no, I just want to see the Snyder Cut. I want to see the Snyder Cut to see more of Ben Affleck, more of Henry Cavill. Hopefully, the characters actually get developed a little bit. That'd be nice. I want to see more of that, and then I want to see the Batman movie coming. And that's about it. That's the only thing I'm hyped for DC, pretty much.
And also
And
with the Snyder Cut, we saw a little glimpse of Joker, which
Yeah, he's gonna be in that.
he looked so much better, right? The tattoos just didn't work.
I know. It's like fucking trying to make him like gangster ass. Like, what the hell was that? Shit?
No,
They gave him grills.
Yeah,
They
they
slicked
gave
his
him
hair
grill-
back. Gave him grill. They slicked his hair back. Gave him grills. Gave him face tats. Like, what are you doing? Whose
No.
idea is this?
No, and the one in Snyder Cut, this Joker just looks better. He just looks so much better, cause he looks like a Joker. The fucking
It's like
gangster, not gangster. Just
the
no.
the thing with Suicide Squad 2 is that the director David Ayer, the same thing behind the scenes, the studio. There was a disgusting amount of things that happened. They had to reshoot. They had to reshoot virtually the entire movie. Like they had to rewrite the whole script. Everything was just a flop last minute. And so people have, similar to the Snyder Cut, people have asked for the Ayer cut to come out for Suicide Squad.
Ew.
I mean, I would watch it because I'd be curious to see what the original plan was, because originally Joker was supposed to play a much bigger part originally, and actually have a purpose. But then again, everything happened last minute and everything went out the window. So if they ever actually released that, I would be interested, to see what the hell we were supposed to get. But
It's just. Oh,
who knows? And they may do it. I mean, they did the Snyder Cut, and people thought they would never do the Snyder Cut, but they actually did it. So who knows? If enough people ask for it, maybe they'll do it eventually.
maybe the Snyder Cut will actually be a better movie than Justice League was.
Yeah, I'm confident that it will.
Yeah, I think it'll be better than Joss Whedon, but I'm not putting my expectations up
I'm
because
pretty
of how
confident it
little
will.
character development they've done.
Because honestly, like before Justice League came out, Joss Whedon version, honestly, like I was pretty hyped for it at the time. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was actually very excited for it at the time.
I
And
wasn't.
then when I saw it in theaters, I was just, disappointed.
My brother slept that he slept through the movie twice.
Fucking retarded, I don't know. I didn't think it was that boring to the point where you'd fall asleep, but like, it definitely wasn't great.
Well, because you're a DC fan. It's like, you've been watching DC like all year, like for a while. And I have too, but I really haven't got into DC until like Dark Knight 3. But I don't know. Look, Robert Pattinson looks like a good Batman.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. That looks like, oh man. I can't wait for that. If it's anything like, if they handle it the way they handle Joker, then I have very high hopes.
Look, and Joker was actually good. Joker was good. It was...
But again, you know, it's because they had a director who knew what he was doing. He had a clear vision in his mind of what he wanted to do. They had, like, perfect casting. Joaquin Phoenix, he freaking killed it. Yeah. He, absolutely perfect.
I think he's still insane from that movie. I honestly think he's still, like, insane.
Like, quite honestly, like, I would put him right up there, right next to him with Heath Ledger for best Joker. I think.
Man, I can see it.
I mean, I thought he freaking killed it. I saw a damn movie twice in theaters.
I saw it twice.
I don't know if they're ever gonna do it. I think they're probably planning a sequel. I don't know what the hell they would do.
But also with DC is with the Joker movie, what they did, they just skipped the whole family-friendly stuff. They even went to their rated R. And I'm just saying, that made the movie a little bit better because it was more believable.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, like, with Deadpool, rated R, it was just funny as hell. Because Deadpool kills people, and it's a person that can't die.
No, Deadpool, like, it needs to be rated R.
It
like,
needs to be rated R.
If you just know him from the comics, like, if it's not rated R, it's not Deadpool.
It's not Deadpool.
Know him from the comics. It's just not Deadpool if it's not rated R.
It's just... And the one thing, the Joker, it's just... with Joker is that it was actually had a good storyline to it. It was dark. It was fucking It was like you actually felt bad for Joker at one point, and then he just killed his mother, and then you're like, okay, fuck him.
No, I was like, wow, that guy's awesome. I wish I could be like him.
Yeah, and then shoots Robert De Niro on the fucking on live tape.
Say the N-word.
Yeah. What was I also how come Robert De Niro is one of the lead actors and he's only in the movie like 10%? He's like, I have the DVD for it, and it's just Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De Niro. Why is it just?
He's a big name. He's a big Hollywood actor. I mean, he's fucking one of the OGs of Hollywood.
You have to always have name value.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? Him. Like the three, like big name Hollywood dudes are like him, Al Pacino, and like Joe Pesci. Those three are like freaking.
Yeah.
Those three and Martin Scorsese.
Yeah. Yeah, so Joker was that it was actually had a good storyline to it, and it had emotion. Something that Justice League lacked, and how Batman vs Superman lacked. It was just there was no like direction. Obviously with Joker it's mental illness, and how people really should take mental illness seriously, and it had a message to it that actually made it a good movie to watch. Not just for a DC's point of view, but for just a normal person watching it.
That's because the director, Todd Phillips, he didn't, you can watch interviews. He says from the get-go, it was never his intention to make a superhero movie or a supervillain movie. He wanted to make a character study movie. Like, he wanted to look and analyze a character, their mental health. And so he thought, okay, how can I do that, but at the same time also get a lot of people's attention? And so how do I do it? Joker. Fucking genius. I can make exactly what I want to make, and just by using Joker, it'll immediately get 10 times more attention. And he freaking worked perfectly in his favor.
Yeah, it worked, because it actually had a storyline. But with thing is with Marvel is, they didn't go that route, but just still the movies are produced better and they're more organized.
Yeah, because
But obviously Marvel. You know, if you watch a movie like Captain Marvel, or let's say what's like a more like a movie, like Captain
it's just like
America one.
an average movie. You mean?
Yeah, like not like
Probably like
you have to like watch. You have to not like you have to read the comics to know, but like a good just movie that you no context, just watch it and it's fucking great. Iron Man, like I would say Iron Man or Captain America, one of those, the first ones.
yeah, like one of those or like Ant-Man. I don't know.
And Ant Man too, or Thor.
Even Guardians, even the first Guardians, like
Oh yeah, as a standalone, Guardians is just fucking great. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of Guardians. Yeah,
yeah.
because it's goofy. With Guardians, it's fucking goofy.
That's the thing, exactly. Like it has the ties to the MCU for the fans. But if you're not a diehard fan, you haven't seen all the MCU stuff, you can still watch it. You can still enjoy it.
But also with Guardians, it has old references to old like movies, old songs, like culture, like old culture, and that's how you attract a fan base.
Yeah.
And obviously with Joker, it fit well during our time because it was current issues going on, like with mental illness, drugs, depression.
He was just really smart with the way he did that, Todd Phillips, because it's like if you think about it, if he made the exact same movie where you look at a character, you look at their mental health and all their problems, if he did the same thing, but it wasn't Joker, like he was just a regular dude, it probably wouldn't have gone.
Oh, it wouldn't have done that well.
It wouldn't have nowhere near as much attention. But immediately, just because it's Joker,
it's a name.
it got so much attention from everybody. Everybody was very excited for it, myself included. It was freaking genius on his part to do that. Because like I said, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to make a movie that looked at mental illness and studied a character and just really, really down to earth, really nitty gritty movie.
Yeah, he made a good movie out of it.
And he knew that if I make this about just anybody, people will like it, but it's not going to get the attention it deserves. And so he knew, like, you know what, let's do Joker.
Yeah, and it just works.
A shit ton of people.
And with
Make
fucking
it his own standalone thing, and boom, fucking hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'll give credit to. That's one thing I'll give credit to by fucking Todd Phillips or I think that's one thing I'll give to him because he did a good job with that. But now they have to continue it with other movies that can relate to normal life in general, because it's like you can do well with, I don't know, but like I'm trying to say, like you need to relate to real life to make a good movie out of it and not just have no storyline to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my take on it, but
yeah, no, I agree. I don't know. I just for DCU and DC in general, I want to see the Snyder Cut, and then I want to see the Batman. Other than that, my hopes or my expectations are very low for them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it can't be done, but they gotta really step up their game.
They have potential. They just need to use it.
Yeah.
It's like sport teams. You have a good ass player on the bench that is not used. You gotta use them.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's a great example.
It's just all right. Well, I think we mostly cracked of all the shit that we said about the whole superhero universe and stuff. I think we got mostly everything down of what's current and what needs to be fixed. Just honestly, I would rather call this podcast like a future and what's gonna happen now and what needs to be fixed. Like, just basically what it's about, because it's not just on Marvel but on DC too. Because Marvel still has a few stuff they need to fix too. It's not like we're just shitting on DC. Marvel still has a few stuff they need to fix. Yeah, but that's minor.
Yeah. Obviously, DC's issues are more glaring, but, it's not like Marvel is perfect either. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, nothing's perfect.
It's just that DC has more apparent issues.
Yeah, because they're fucking noticeable. And it's noticeable in the films
Yeah.
of how half-assed they are. Like, Aquaman was half-assed. I'm going to say it is... Aquaman is half-assed, alright? There's no way they were like, alright, we should go over this one more time. Just make sure. They just released it.
Feels, exactly. It's not bad, but it just feels like... It just feels soulless. It just feels like something that was made just...
To get the money.
Just as a cash grab. You know, just to use Jason Momoa before his contract expires. Like, that's just what it feels like.
Yeah. Alright, well... I guess we'll wrap it. I think we should wrap... I guess we'll wrap it up. It's been almost an hour and a half just talking.
Is that how long it's been? An hour and a half?
Yeah, I have it written down. It's going right now by look. But yeah, it's like it was a good talk because now we understand what needs to be done, what needs to be fixed.
All you people got our input.
Look, if you're into it, please just watch because our next content is going to be mostly about this. Because either we watch Snyder Cut, either we do some DC stuff, some Marvel stuff. We will go over this.
Yeah.
Where we will go over this stuff. And we'll still do our gaming and our skits. We still have a video coming soon that I still have to work on. But we will still do our normal content. But this is like a main stuff that we would focus on. Because this is good shit to talk about. Because you can go on hours and hours and just always get something new about it.
Yeah, and we're both pretty into it. We're both pretty in deep. You know, it's not like we don't. It's not like we don't know what we're talking about. We definitely know our shit.
But also a benefit of like listening to these type of podcasts, and not just us, but just other people. It makes you think. Really makes you open your mind and really think of what actually can happen. And how we really take an honest opinion. This is all honest. This is no fake shit. This is all honest opinions about what's going on.
Yeah.
Not like those fake fucking Marvel marks or DC marks. Like, oh yeah, Justice League is fucking great. Oh my, do you see all the action in that? We're no marks. We're no marks, so we actually take this shit honest. It's not...
Yeah. Also, real quick, I just want to say, fucking before Joker came out, I remember a lot of people doubted it. They were like, "Wow, this is probably gonna be really fucking bad."
Yeah.
I was the opposite. I was there from the very beginning. I was like, "This is gonna be so good." And
no, I was like the same way. I was
hyped for it. And then it came out, and I was like, "Wow, that was so good."
And look, and what Joker is, this is the same thing with Suicide Squad. It looked good.
Yeah, you could just tell. You could just tell with films if it's gonna be good or not.
I mean, with Suicide Squad, I thought it was gonna be good, but then when you watch it in 2 hours, and it's just a fucking mess.
You can tell with the way certain trailers and certain things, certain casting, you can just tell when a movie is really gonna be a hit. And I'm getting that same vibe for the Batman coming, with Rob Pattinson.
Yeah.
I just hope it delivers.
Well, we haven't really got a full trailer of it, didn't we?
No, we do. We do.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking... Are you kidding me? It was fucking awesome.
Did we get a full trailer?
Yeah, it came out like months ago.
Trailer. No, it was 2 minutes though, right?
Yeah. That's a full trailer.
I don't think I watched it.
Bro.
I don't...
Watch it. It's fucking amazing. Are you kidding me? I'm so hyped for it.
Because I think the only thing I saw was a teaser, but I didn't really watch...
No, fucking looks hype. It came out fucking 6 months ago.
Alright.
You watching it right now?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on.
I just want to make sure if I actually did see this. Because I don't remember.
Dude, I'm telling you, it looks sick.
You can hear the audio, right?
Yeah, I hear it.
No more live. This is a live reaction.
From your secret friend.
Looks so fucking good, dude.
Gordon's black now.
God, we're gonna get claimed now. It's a Nirvana song.
No, we're not. That's a Nirvana song. Yeah. Ooh.
You're becoming quite a celebrity.
Oh yeah, Andy Serkis is playing Alfred, which is awesome.
Hmm.
Why is he writing to you? If you are justice, please do not lie.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this.
I don't know how you have these.
Oh. Oh, Catwoman. Shit.
The hell are you supposed to be?
What?
Oh, ah! Damn! Shit! Damn. Okay, oh, fuck! Ah!
I'm vengeance.
I'm vengeance.
Oh. Oh. Dude, just listening to it, I get fucking chills.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm hyped. Yeah, it just... Alright, wait, it's not done yet.
How am I part of it? You'll see.
Ooh.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like Robert Pattinson, I think he's
2021.
gonna freaking deliver, dude.
He looks... Look, the one thing I took from that trailer is that it feels dark. And that's what
I know.
Joker had. And that's why I think this one might be good.
Robert Pattinson, he just...
I thought he was going to be good. Robert Pattinson's from fucking Twilight. Do I really think
he's
a
also-
lover boy vampire is going to fucking deliver? But
No, it looks fucking sick. He looks like he's really gonna deliver. It looks awesome.
it looks cool. He looks like a cool Batman. Because he
Like, oh, that
looks
beat down-
dark.
That beat down at the end, it's like...
Yeah.
It feels like the Arkham games. Like, literally.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Alright. I don't want to keep going for another half an hour.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up now. But yeah, you just saw my live reaction of the trailer. That one came out 6 months ago that I never really knew about. But
I didn't see that.
I thought I saw that. I thought I saw there was only a I thought there was only like a fucking teaser. And then I didn't really follow up on it.
Yeah, so the director of that is Matt Reeves,
Oh, okay.
which he directed. He directed the Planet of the Apes movies, the new ones.
Oh. Okay. I mean, the first Planet of the Apes was good, but the others were just meh.
I don't know, he's on other stuff. Anyway.
All right, I'm gonna let's wrap it up.
All right. That was good.
That was a good talk.
Nice.
A lot of shit
Super
to
episode.
discuss. Yep.
All kinds of shit. Everything from Marvel to DC to Tom Holland to Ben Affleck.
Look, we will keep going this in our other just videos that will come out soon. But I want to just say, if you guys tuned in to watch this whole podcast, amen to you, because that's
legend.
like you're a legend.
Shout out.
That's actually a lot of commitment to really think about what we're talking about right now.
Hell yeah.
Even though
Also-
views are down,
Mhm.
fucking pump out content until people actually notice your content.
Yeah. Also, if you are a fan of superhero spider stuff, I just started a series on SpiderMan Miles Morales on PS5. So go watch that shit. It's fucking amazing. Great game. And you get to hear my dumbass playing. it.
Yeah. I tuned in just to I was just tuning in a little bit just to see. And yeah, that quality. I wish I had that.
Great. 60 frames, 1080p. You gotta love it.
Yep. Fucking
Go watch
great.
it. It's great. Oh, no, all jokes aside, it's a very good game. Let's go check out that series.
Go check that out.
As of recording this, I already got 2 episodes going up with more to come. By the time this goes up, I don't fucking know how many will be out.
Yep. But yeah, we also these podcasts will be hopefully more recent than just an October release and then a February
Yeah, we
release.
just gotta be consistent.
Yeah, and we
If
got
could
more
do
have
one,
more
if we could
topics.
do one like every 2 weeks or so, that'd be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Plus, WandaVision will be done. WandaVision will be done. And we can talk more
Yeah.
about that. And then
Yeah.
we go into Winter Soldier.
Yeah, keep an eye out for all that.
Look, all this stuff will be. This will be released soon. It's just give us time. We gotta just get all of our information, and we will deliver of what we can.
Yeah, so we have, just to recap, we have our WandaVision big video coming when the show is finished. We are going to try and record our first reactions to the next 2 episodes, episodes 8 and 9. I got the Miles series coming.
We have some COD. We also have Cold War content coming soon with the
Yeah,
recent
Cold
updates
War.
on Outbreak and all the new DLC.
Yes, and I may record the first SpiderMan PS4 game, the remastered, do a series on that. And MCU retrospectives, might do that.
We have another skit video coming, which is not really a skit, but it's a cool, little innovative. This will probably put a lot of effort in this one because it takes so much time, and some unlucky events happened to me, COVID. But we're gonna just move on with that. But trust me, there's more. There's gonna be a video coming out soon that you won't expect. It'll be out. It will be different, but we'll see how it goes. And
Yeah, and then we're going to keep doing podcasts, hopefully.
yep,
Then as the other Marvel shows come out, like Falcon and Winter Soldier or Loki,
we'll
have
do
all our
retrospectives
thoughts.
on that.
Yeah, we'll do our episode reactions and all that shit too at the time.
And then we're also rewatching the Marvel movies from Iron Man.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, so
we'll start from old Iron Man, and then we'll raise our way up. And we can probably do like a little tier listy video where we can basically what happens is we go through the whole movie, make a separate video, and at the end we put it on a tier list, and then we rank each other
we should
at
rank,
every video.
We should rank every single Marvel movie.
Yeah, that's
Not
why
M-
we should go watch it and then.
not MCU movie, but every Marvel movie.
Okay, you're fucking crazy.
So that would include like the original Spider-Mans, Andrew Spider-Mans, X-Men, Fantastic Four, fucking Blade, everything. Anything Marvel has ever made.
You're crazy.
That'd be awesome.
It's content. It's a lot.
Alright.
I'm getting overwhelmed just talking about it, but yeah. But we'll get there. All right, we gotta get there first and actually execute
We will be
like
there.
DC should have.
All right, so yeah, that's it. Keep an eye out for all our goodies coming up. Thank you
Yep.
for watching.
Please leave a like.
Leave a like, subscribe for more content. Go check out our stuff. We got plenty of gameplay and skits and podcasts and all kinds of goodies. All the things you love and we love.
Yeah, check out that Firebase Z video I had up with my first reaction and whole trailer stuff. It's just go through all of our go through all of our shit. Take it day by day. Really digest our content. And then
I trust you will find something that you enjoy.
yeah. Or it's gonna be. Don't worry. When this new Marvel stuff comes out, we will have a variety of different shit
Yeah.
coming out. We also have some videos. We have some videos as deleted scenes, well, bloopers, to say some random shit. Probably the video will be called "Random Shit."
Funny shit behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. You have anything
Alright.
else to say?
I have nothing else to say.
Okay. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, we have been Grub Films. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yep. Love you guys. See ya.